Greetings, everybody, and welcome back to Weekly Wildlife Wisdom. So far, I've been your host, Zero Yeti, and today is going to be a Hawaii special. So, we're going to be focusing on 7 spectacular species native to the Hawaiian Archipelago. Starting with the first up, which is Neomonicus shawnslandi, better known as the Hawaiian monk seal or the Ilioholoikaua. It is an endangered species of earless seal that is endemic to the Hawaiian Islands and Johnston Atoll. It is a member of the family Phocidae and one of 2 extant monk seal species, along with the Mediterranean monk seal and the recently extinct Caribbean monk seal. Whilst the Hawaiian monk seal is known to rest and breed on sandy beaches, exposed to corals, and dry volcanic rocks, they spend much of their time in deeper waters, foraging for food such as bony fish, cephalopods, particularly octopus, and crustaceans. Hawaiian monk seals are themselves often preyed upon by Galapagos sharks, great whites, and tiger sharks. Male Hawaiian monk seals reach around 7 feet or 2.1 meters in length, around 300 to 400 pounds or 140 to 180 kilograms in weight, whilst females reach around 8 feet or 2.4 meters in length and around 400 to 600 pounds or 180 to 270 kilograms in weight. The Hawaiian monk seal has a gray coat, white belly, and slender torpedo-shaped body. It has a relatively small, flat head with large black eyes, 8 pairs of teeth, and short snouts with vertical slit nostrils on top of the snout and vibrissae on each side. Breeding occurs during June and August, and after a 9-month pregnancy, a mother Hawaiian monk seal will give birth to a single pup. The mother nurses said pup for around 6 weeks. During such time, she will not eat or leave the pup. After that time, the mother deserts the pup, leaving it to fend for itself. Under ideal conditions, a Hawaiian monk seal may live up to 30 years. Next up is Drepanus coccina, better known as the Iivi or the scarlet honey creeper. It is a species of honey creeper endemic to the Hawaiian Islands. The Iivi primarily inhabits the islands of Hawaii and Maui, but is also present on Kauai, Molokai, and Oahu. Here, the bird tends to live in both rainforests and drier woodlands, particularly between 4,265 feet and 6,234 feet, or 1,300 and 1,900 meters in elevation. These birds are altitudinal migrants, and they follow the progress of flowers as they develop at increasing altitudes throughout the year. The Iivi feed upon nectar and tree sap, with their specially adapted long curved bills being ideally suited to extract nectar from the flowers of Hawaiian lobeloids. Iivi are also known to occasionally feed upon arthropods such as insects and spiders. Reach around 5 to 6 inches or 12.7 to 15.2 centimeters in length and 16 to 20 grams or 0.56 to 0.71 ounces in weight. Adult Iivi are mostly scarlet in coloration with black wings and tail that sport a and as well as they sport a long curved salmon colored bill as well as long red legs. Younger birds have golden plumage with more spots and ivory bills and were mistaken for a different species by early naturalists. The Iiwi has a complex and varied song, which has been compared to the sound of whistles, balls dropping in water, rubbing of balloons together, and the squeaking of a rusty hinge. Both sexes have been observed to mimic other bird calls. Mating may occur year-round, but peak breeding occurs from February to June, usually in association with the peak flowering of the ohia plant. The Iivi pairs remain together during the breeding season and defend a small area around their cup-shaped nest, which is usually built in the terminal crown of the oaha. Typically, 2 eggs are placed into the nest. The eggs hatch around 14 days later, and the resulting chicks fledge around 21 days thereafter. Under ideal conditions, Iiwi may live up to 10 years. Next is Rhyncanthus rectangulus, better known as the reef triggerfish, the rectangular triggerfish, the wedge-tailed triggerfish, or by its Hawaiian name, the Humu Humu Nuku Nuku Uapua'a, or just the Humu Humu for short. It is a species of triggerfish endemic to the coral reefs throughout the Pacific, Indian, and eastern Atlantic Oceans. The reef triggerfish is omnivorous and typically feeds upon small crustaceans such as isopods and copepods, as well as worms, brittle stars, sea urchins, and snails, in addition to various kinds of algae which it scrapes off the rocks and corals using its heavy teeth and incisors. Like many of its relatives in the Balastidae family, the reef triggerfish sports a unique form of swimming known as blastiform locomotion, where it can move their dorsal, ventral, and anal fins independently, which allows them to quickly swim in nearly every direction as well as hover in place. Reach around at 10 inches or 25.4 centimeters in length, the reef triggerfish has a sturdily built body, which is characterized by having a noticeably large snout and blue lips that resemble that of a pig's snout. Along their dorsal side and anterior end of the animal, it has dorsal brown coloration and a white belly. The reef triggerfish has 3 dorsal spines, 22 to 25 dorsal rays, no anal spines, and around 20 to 22 anal soft rays. The soft dorsal fins, anal fins, and pectoral fins have a pale white coloration to it. The caudal fin has a cloudy, murky color. It is a small second dorsal spine which is used to lock its main spine into an upright position. When sheltering in a small crevice, this locking helps protect the fish against extraction by a predator. Both female and male triggerfish are territorial in space for foraging and egg spawning. While female criteria is based on the amount of food resources, low predation, and space that is available, a male's territory is determined by dominance. In the male's case, a chimeric mating system is placed where more dominant males have more access to females. Reef triggerfish are egg layers, with nests being built by the mother in which the eggs are fertilized and cared for until they hatch. The newly hatched young are also looked after by their mother for the first few weeks of life. Next up is Asioflaminus sandwichensis, or sandwichensis, better known as the Hawaiian short-eared owl, or by its native Hawaiian name of the pueo. It is a subspecies of the short-eared owl that is endemic to the Hawaiian archipelago. Pueo primarily inhabit grasslands, woodlands, and rainforests throughout the main 8 Hawaiian islands. Unlike most owls, pueo are active during the day and are commonly seen hovering or soaring over open areas in search of prey in the form of small birds, insects, and small mammals, and particularly the Polynesian rat. As soon as a choice prey animal is spotted by the pueo, the owl intently glides over and lands directly on top of it, killing it instantly before flying away without a sound. Reaching around 13 to 17 inches in length and around 7.3 to 16.8 ounces, or 206 to 475 grams in weight, and sporting a 33 to 43 inch or 85 to 110 centimeter wingspan, pueo are a medium-sized owl species and the second largest raptor native to the Hawaiian Islands. The plumage is brown mottled with light beige and orange, and the underparts are light beige to orange and finely streaked with brown. The eyes are orangish yellow in color, and the facial disc is beige with a brown edge around the outer side of the eyes, sometimes forming a whole ring around the eyes. The legs are covered with beige to orange feathers, and breeding may occur throughout the year, with males often performing elaborate aerial courtship displays to win over potential mates. They are a monogamous species which builds its nest on the ground out of leaves, twigs, grasses, and feathers. Here, a female will lay 4 to 7 eggs, which will incubate for around 21 to 37 days until hatching. Chicks hatch one at a time to avoid extreme competition for food, and will leave the nest after around 2 months of age. Under ideal conditions, a pueo may live upwards of 10 years. Next up, we have Eretmocheles imbricata, better known as the hawksbill sea turtle, or by its Hawaiian name, the honua, is a species of critically endangered sea turtle belonging to the family Chelonidae, and is the only extant species in the genus Eretmocheles. Hawksbill turtles inhabit tropical waters in the Indian, Pacific, and Atlantic Oceans. Here it predominantly inhabits coral reefs, but may also be found in coastal lagoons, mangrove estuaries, and the open ocean. Hawksbill sea turtles are omnivorous, feed primarily upon various kinds of sponges, but are also known to feed on algae, seagrass, mangroves, comb jellies, cnidarians, bryozoans, mollusks, sea cucumbers, sea urchins, tunicates, small fish and their eggs, crustaceans, and insects. Hawksbill sea turtles are themselves preyed upon by large octopus, crocodilians, sharks, and large predatory bony fish. Reach around 2 to 3.75 feet or 0.61 to 1.2 meters in shell length, around 100 to 280 pounds or 80 to 127 kilograms in weight. The hawksbill turtle has an amber background shell, which is patterned with irregular streaks of black, white, and various browns. The back of its shell has a serrated edge, like that of a steak knife or saw. Its elongated, tapered head ends with a strongly curved, beak-like mouth, hence the common name. The hawksbill's forelimbs have 2 visible claws on each flipper, and due to its diet of various venomous animals, the hawksbill turtle can become poisonous. It is also the first recorded reptile to be biofluorescent. These highly migratory turtles mate biannually in secluded lagoons off their nesting beaches and remote islands throughout their range. The most significant of these nesting beaches are in Mexico, the Seychelles, Indonesia, Sri Lanka, Hawaii, and Australia. After mating, mothers crawl onto the beach during the night and dig a nesting hole, then lay a clutch of around 140 eggs before covering them with sand and returning to the sea. After around 60 days, the eggs hatch and the young turtles instinctively crawl into the sea. Under ideal conditions, a hawksbill turtle will reach signature around 20 to 30 years and may live well over a century. Next up is Laminella sanguine, better known as the sanguine litter snail. It is a species of small, air-breathing land snails, terrestrial pulmonate gastropod mollusks in the family Amastriidae. They are endemic to the mesic forests of the Waianae Mountains of the Hawaiian island of Oahu. Unlike its relatives, which tend to spend much of their time higher up in trees, L. sanguine tends to inhabit the forest floor, where they feed upon a variety of dead and decaying plants, particularly fallen leaves. Reach around 0.79 inches or 2 centimeters in shell length, L. sanguine possesses a solid but thin calcareous cone-shaped shell, which has a distinctive zigzag pattern that resembles the Kea Eke kappa pattern. This pattern is not frequently seen, however, as L. sanguine is known to regularly camouflage themselves by covering themselves in dirt, muck, and leaf litter. The base of the shell starts off as a brownish-red tint and slowly transitions into a tan color at the tip. Its slimy and squishy body has a translucent gray coloration and the ability to retract into its shell. Because of their ground-dwelling nature, L. sanguine are particularly vulnerable to invasive predators, such as rosy wolf snails, garlic snails, flatworms, and various rats. To deal with such predators, L. sanguine has developed a rather unique strategy of covering itself in feces to make themselves as unappealing of a meal as possible. Adult snails are hermaphroditic, having both male and female reproductive organs, and can live for many years. These are live-bearing snails which give birth to fully formed offspring rather than laying eggs. And our extinct animal of the week is Chele nechin, quassus, better known as the turtle jaw moa-nalo, also formerly referred to as the large Kauai goose, is a species of moa-nalo, a group of extinct flightless large goose-like ducks which evolved in the Hawaiian Islands of the North Pacific Ocean. The name moa-nalo literally means lost fowl, and they were long unknown to science, having gone extinct before the arrival of James Cook in 1778. The moa-nalo represents 4 species in 3 genera, so far those being Tyochin paua, the small-billed moa-nalo from Maui, Thembetochin chalodios, or the Maui nu large-billed moa-nalo from Maui, Leana, and Molokai, or the Maui nu, as well as Thembetochin zanyan, or the Oahu moa-nalo from Oahu, as well as Chele nechin quassus, or the turtle-jawed moa-nalo of Kauai. The first remains of the turtle-jawed moa-nalo subfossil material collected in 1976 by ornithologist Stores Olson from the calcareous Makawehi Dunes in the southeastern coast of the island of Kauai. Olson, along with paleoornithologist Helen Frances James, described the remains in 1991, giving the animal the generic name Chele nechin, which comes from the Greek cheles, meaning turtle, and chelene, meaning lip or jaw, and chin, meaning goose, referring to the distinctly turtle-like appearance and structure of the beak. The specific epithet is from Latin, with quassus, meaning broken or shattered, alluding to the fragmentary condition of the type material. Since then, numerous remains have been recovered from Makaua'i Cave, reaching around 8.8 to 16.5 pounds or 4 to 7.5 kilograms in weight. The turtle-jawed moa-nalo was similar to other moa-nalo species, with robust legs and reduced non-functional wings. The main distinguishing feature was the remarkable head and beak, which had a rostrum that was almost as high as it was long, with a broad palatal surface and nostrils oriented almost vertically rather than horizontally. The structure of this feeding apparatus appears to be convergent with that of tortoises. It indicates an adaptation to a diet of tougher plants and spiny fruits. In life, moa-nalo filled the niche of large herbivore, usually filled by mammals such as goats and deer, or giant tortoises of the Galapagos and other archipelagos. Hey y'all, recently we here at Factutainment were asked to join Andy Rue's gaming gang and do a big multi-channel fundraiser for children's miracle hospitals. Thus we have partnered with them and the charity Extra Life to raise money for families in need. There will be a donation link to our fundraiser in the video description down below. Now we know things are rough and times are tight, and so there is no pressure to donate if you can't afford to. But if you can, just know that every dollar you donate will directly help out some folks who need it now more than ever. As always, take care of my guys, gals, and non binary pals.